Hello and congratulations on getting access to this video course on Affiliate Marketing 101. Now, while we will be talking about the basics, we'll also talk about some advanced strategies at the end of the video course. But before you can get there, you need to understand the basic fundamentals of affiliate marketing, what's true, what's not, what's reality, and what's hyped up. And sometimes hype can be reality, but it's just multiplied by 10 times. So my goal in the beginning here is to kind of bring you back to reality. And that's why we're going to talk about mindset first. So in the making of this video course, I want to make sure that you have the most realistic view of affiliate marketing without all the hype, so that we can ensure that you are in the right mindset before we get started. And I'm a big believer of talking about mindset before we jump into the actual concepts and the fundamentals and all that, so that makes you absorb data in a more effective way. Now, the reality is that with affiliate marketing, there's a lot of hustle. And what I mean by that is that you're going to have to do a lot of work. You're not going to do as much work compared to that of a vendor, but there's still a lot of work involved. And as long as you know that this is a real business, this is not a side thing, this is a real business, and that you understand also that you don't want to focus or get too attached to one specific product that you're promoting as an affiliate, and you're flexible, I think that's a better word, then that will help you succeed more. So as long as you understand that, you kind of need to have the mindset of, okay, let's just go with the flow. Let's just see what happens. It works, it doesn't, it doesn't. We learn from it, we move forward. All right. So not every product that you test is going to work. Sometimes you'll have to test 5 products and it's not going to work. But then you'll find that one product that converts like crazy, and it'll typically make up for all the products that did not work. And I want you to understand that there's a lot of opportunity out there and a lot of money to be made in this industry, regardless of what niche it is. But at the same time, even though there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made, there's a lot of time to be lost as well. So now what I want to do is give you a quick overview of what's inside this video course, so you know exactly what to expect, and that way you're going to be able to implement everything faster, and you're going to be able to see all the pieces of the puzzle. So obviously this is video number 1, which is the introduction to the affiliate lifestyle. Video number 2 is going to be about what affiliate marketing really looks like. So we're going to bring you back to reality. And video number 3, we're going to talk about the advantages. Video number 4, the disadvantages. Video number 5, types of affiliate marketing, different payment structures and all that. And video number 6, we'll talk about reviewing the product. Now, while this seems basic, 90% of affiliates that we've watched actually don't do this. And by not doing this and skipping this process, you actually lose out on your conversion rate. And we'll show you why. And video number 7, we'll talk about incentivized bonuses, which is an advanced strategy. And video number 8, we'll talk about how to go from affiliates to private deals, which allows you to make more money. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2 and talk about what affiliate marketing really looks like. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 2, and in this particular video, we're going to talk about what affiliate marketing really looks like. So up until now, you've probably seen the hype out on the internet telling you how rich you are going to be. You might have seen all the screenshots that other super affiliates have made and all that. But the key here is not to put those expectations as reality before it actually happens, right? Or else you won't really go anywhere. It's kind of like going to a movie and expecting it's going to be the greatest movie ever, and then when you watch it, you realize that it's really hyped up, the trailer was hyped up and all that, and then you become discouraged, right? So what ends up happening is you become discouraged, and that seeps into your mindset, and that actually, unfortunately, sets you up for failure. And I don't want that. I want you to be starting with reality first. And that's the reason why a lot of affiliates, when they go into affiliate marketing, they don't do real well. It's because they have that mindset. And like I said in the previous video, sometimes you'll test 5 or even 10 products and you might make a couple $100 here and there, but it's not really what you expected it to be, right? So that's why it's better to go into this expecting nothing. I mean, expect that you will react how it goes, what happens, and you'll just move forward, right? So I will say that while some of the hype is true, some of it's not, affiliate marketing is just like any other business. And you might be thinking, yeah, I know. But I really want to harp on this because most people don't realize that it actually affects their mindset, not now as you're beginning to start, but 75% through when the going gets rough and things get tough. So the point I'm trying to make here is that businesses take time to build. So don't worry if you're learning things and you're not getting it right the first time. Affiliate marketing, obviously, compared to creating your own product as a vendor, there's a faster rate of you actually making a profit than starting your own product. Product creation takes time. Not only that, you have to do customer support. You have to do a lot more than affiliate marketing. With that said, affiliate marketing is a little bit riskier in that sense, primarily because at the end of the day, you do not own the product. Now, how is that riskier? Well, in other words, what happens is the vendor could take down the product. And then if you've invested all this time and money into promoting their product and you haven't found other products that are similar, then that campaign is done. So that's why it's a little bit more riskier, because you are in a certain respects relying on the vendor. So in other words, you need to find good vendors that will actually be there, vendors that are long-term, vendors that do not really have a short-term mindset. And in addition to that, you need to find good products as well, right? You need to make sure that the people selling these products are ethical as well. Are they going to be in business for a long, long time? Or are they doing a lot of things under the table or all that, and maybe they're building their business on quicksand, essentially? So if that's the case, by you promoting their product, you're also building your business on quicksand as well. So you need to make sure you either have good vendors or you do affiliate marketing in such a way that it will be long term. So you need to make sure that they also have good customer support for their customers. One thing that we found over the years is that some vendors, they have a really good product, but they don't have good customer service. So what ended up happening was we would send 100 sales, and out of those 100 sales, 50% of the people would refund, and that was not good, right? Because they did not have good customer support. And once we figured that out, we didn't promote them again. So that's why as a vendor, you need to make sure you have everything lined up so that you have affiliates constantly promoting it for you. You need to take care of your affiliates. On the flip side, as an affiliate, you need to look for vendors like that. Because like I said, as you can imagine, the refund rate is high when you don't have good customer support and all that. And you might spend money as an affiliate to acquire that customer, right? And if they refund and they have a higher refund rate, you have lost a good amount of money or a good amount of time. So that's why in my first video I talked about how you should not become attached to one product. Because if the vendor were to take it down, or you find out that it has a higher refund rate and you've become attached to that one product and you love it and everything like that, then you'll feel like, wow, I spent all this time and money, all this, and the vendor took it down, and you start feeling remorseful, you start feeling angry, and then it seeps into your business. Now, I'm going to show you later down the road in the other videos in this course, I'm going to show you how to protect yourself as far as that goes. What do you do when a product goes away? what do you do if there are not really multiple products that are similar? So we'll talk about that and how you can find profitable products and make sure that it is a long-term venture or not. Now, in terms of what happens if the vendor decides to totally take the product down, what you could do to combat the loss of potential traffic, if you have traffic going to that offer, is you want to definitely create links that can be redirected elsewhere. So obviously you don't want to direct people directly to your affiliate link. You want to cloak it using something like clickmeter.com or something similar like Bitly, and use that to direct the traffic to your affiliate link, so that if anything happens, you can always change that link to something else. So that's one little tip that I'm talking about now, but we'll talk more about it later down the road. Now, keep in mind that affiliate marketing is very profitable and I love every bit of it. However, it definitely takes a certain type of person to be successful, and that person must be able to persevere no matter what. If you have the thinking, I want to win, I want to get the winning product out of the gate, that's not going to happen. That might happen 1 out of 100, but very rarely does that ever happen. But if you go into this thinking, okay, I got to test 10 different products, and that's fine. I'm going to learn something new as I test these 10 different products along the way. I'm going to find golden nuggets. If you have that kind of mindset, you're going to be more likely to be the person that succeeds. That said, the beauty of affiliate marketing is that, of course, you don't have to do as much as the vendor does. So therefore, as you begin to earn money, you can take more vacations. You don't have to worry about checking customer support or doing everything that a vendor would have to do. So in other words, there's a little bit more freedom. However, there's a lot of risk because at the end of the day, you're relying on the vendor and you're not the vendor. But when it comes to affiliate marketing, I will say that it is very rewarding if you know what to look for. And that's the goal of this video course, to help prep you for that. So with that said, let's jump in and talk about the advantages of affiliate marketing, so that by the end of the middle of the video course, you will have a better realistic idea of how things work, so that you can be better prepared and can make a better informed decision. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 3, and let's talk about the advantages of affiliate marketing. So we briefly discussed a little bit about this before, but the beauty of affiliate marketing is that you don't have to do everything that the vendor does. And that includes the following. For number 1 is you don't have to provide customer support extensively. You do have to provide a little bit of customer support, especially if you offer a bonus. Bonus meaning somebody gets it for free if they buy through your affiliate link. So it's an incentive to buy through your affiliate link. However, that said, that kind of customer support isn't extensive, meaning that it's not complex at all. You can either do it yourself or you can hire somebody to do it for you. And typically in that case, you don't need somebody who has the ability to troubleshoot really rapidly. So in other words, it's a lot easier to find these people or do it yourself. And we'll talk more about bonuses and how they can help you convert more sales and ultimately beat your competition. And by competition, I'm talking about other affiliates that are selling the same product. But other than that, you don't really have a lot of support compared to that of the vendor. Another advantage is this: you don't have to update the product. I mean, think about it. This is a huge one. In fact, as a vendor, a lot of times you have to update the product, right? If it's a software, you have to update the features and make sure that it's compatible with everybody's computer and makes it work. If it's a video course, you need to make sure that the content is updated and not outdated. Or if it's an ebook or a content piece, same thing. And the thing about affiliate marketing is you don't have to worry about any of that. And that's the beauty. Another great advantage is that it takes less money to actually get started. You do need a little bit amount of money, but not a lot. But that amount of money needs to be focused on, number 1, reviewing the product. Number 2, traffic and making sales. Number 3, it could be landing pages, setting up landing pages, web hosting, domains, items that you use in your videos, things like that. But there's basically not a lot of overhead as far as that goes. So you don't need to have a lot of money, but you do need a little bit amount of money and some basic expenses. Another advantage is promoting somebody else's products can usually take days or weeks max. And I say max because a lot of times it can take days or even a day or less than a day. So with affiliate marketing, usually the process goes like this. You look at somebody's product, you find it, you buy it, you review the product, you figure out why somebody would want to buy that product, and then you figure out the weaknesses, the strengths, everything about it. You create your bonus, and then you set up your own review site. And then you can focus on traffic and conversions and all that. But usually at the end of the day, after setting up your bonus, incentivize, landing page and all that, that usually only takes about a day or a few days, honestly. Now, there is a learning curve. Of course, you're going to need to master or get a better idea on how to drive traffic, or you're going to need to hire somebody that really understands that area. But at the end of the day, that's really all you need to have. Once you master traffic, in fact, you can sell your own products. So there are many different traffic sources that you can use. You can use paid traffic. You can use search engine optimization, which is ranking on Google or ranking on YouTube. But the reality is that you're not having to worry about 20, 30, 40 different moving parts that the vendor has to worry about. For you, it's typically like 10 or 15 moving parts or less. So with that said, let's move on to video number 4 and talk about the disadvantages. Hello and welcome to video number 4, and we're going to talk about the disadvantages of affiliate marketing. So as you already know, affiliate marketing is based upon promoting other people's products, right? So that in itself says that you have no control over the vendor or the product itself. So in certain respects, your business is in the hands of the vendor as far as promoting the products. But now that you understand that, you need to do things like building your email list, which is very basic. But if you do that, it doesn't matter if somebody takes it down. You can always switch it to a different vendor, a different product, or a similar product in that niche. And that's the beauty of affiliate marketing as long as you're building a list. Back in the day, like decades ago, I remember when we would promote a product, we would send traffic directly to the vendor's product, and then we'll make sales. But then we found out, typically weeks later, that we were sending traffic to an offer that didn't exist, or the vendor just decided to take the product down without ever telling us. And this is something that happens day in and day out. A lot of times there's a lack of communication between you and the vendor. Having an email, that in itself can be an advantage, but it can also be a scary thing at times, especially if you have a product that's a really good product, you're making a lot of money, and the vendor just decides to quit, right? So that's why in that case, there are other things that you can do, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So having an email list can be an advantage, but if the vendor takes down their product, that alone can be a scary thing at times. So you're kind of living on the edge. But that's why I said, if that's you and that's your perspective and that's your expectation of what's real and what's not, then it's not going to become a surprise when that happens. But I will tell you that happens a lot. So let me put this in perspective. Vendors come and go. That's the nature of how things go. In the last decade of being an affiliate marketer, I've seen hundreds of vendors come and go. And a lot of times vendors, they'll get into these ruts where they'll create totally brand new products. Like, for example, one vendor often will create 10 to 20 different products every single year. And if you think about how many vendors there are, you could find 10 really good vendors. One of those products eventually will become outdated, right? So if that's the expectation that you have, then great. You are now aware, and you're aware of something that not a lot of affiliates are aware of. So that means that affiliate marketing often has a short-term cash flow for each product. So making as much as you can during that short-term period of time is key. But at the same time, that's why I say you got to build your list. If you don't build a list, you're building an affiliate marketing business that will fail. Not if it will fail, it will fail. So in other words, if you've worked really hard to produce a winning campaign, you're either going to need to find a new vendor to replace the old if that ever happens. So you need to make sure that you have a backup plan, or you need to work out a special deal with them, assuming you've made them a lot of sales, and say, hey, I've made a lot of sales for you. I put a lot of time and effort into this. How can we make a deal? Maybe you can make a special deal just for my list. Or maybe they're going out of business and you can just buy the whole business if it's making you a lot of money. So there's a lot of different avenues that you can take. Don't quit. Just think about the possible solution that there potentially is. And if not, you have to get into that mindset of letting go if there is no option. And this is why there is so much hustle involved, and it's more of a short-term strategy than a long-term strategy. So what are lessons that you can learn before you get started? Well, when you promote a product, you want to ask yourself a few things. So ask yourself this. Number one, are there similar vendors? Are there similar products with affiliate programs? So if you find a product that you really like and you promote it and it does really, really well, at that point, and only at that point, begin to look for products that are similar, and then approach other vendors. And you could possibly promote those products to your list and say, hey, you've bought this product, or I've showed this product, but here's a similar product. Check it out and see which one converts the best. But while you're doing that, you're going to have a backup plan. It's even better if there's 2, 3, 4 different products, different vendors. You can figure out which vendor is really willing to work with you and which vendor is not willing to work with you. Another thing we found over the years is that vendors that are willing to bend over backwards and work with you, oftentimes you're going to be able to make more money doing that. Vendors that weren't really open to working with us a lot of times ended up being very, very small campaigns. Yes, they made a little bit of amount of money, but not a lot. So typically you want to find at least, like I said, 3 or more really good products, so that if one vendor takes their product down or they go bankrupt, you always have that backup plan. And that's really why I'm harping on this, because we've been in situations in the past where we promoted one particular product, we've been really excited about how much profit it was pulling in, and bam, vendor takes the product down or they disappear totally and there's no other products. So in that case, you could see it as we lost all the time and effort that we put into it. Or you could see it as a lesson to make sure that you have a backup plan. Now, if this happens to you, you need to ask yourself a second question, which is, if there is none, is this a product that you can hire somebody else to produce and you becoming the vendor? Because if you can do that, you'll actually make a lot of more money. You already got traffic flowing to the product. And then you not only do you get a cut, you get the whole cut, because now you're the vendor. So that's more of a long-term strategy that you can take. But the question is, how willing are you to put all the effort into that? Because being a vendor does take a lot of energy and time. But at the end of the day, your long-term business is going to stretch further and your profit margins are going to be a lot higher. So that said, it's often better to have a long-term strategy, to have a mixture of both your products and products that you promote as an affiliate. And that way you're not hustling all the time.